So the day, Ronnie, has finally arrived where you've been recognised for your greatness in snooker. Fans all over the world will be happy, excited. How about you? How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, listen, it's always nice to get nominated, for such an award, So yeah, obviously, kind of happy inside, and yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's great, and you're the Messi, the Tiger Woods, the Roger Federer of snooker. And in the past, it has kind of always been one of life's great mysteries why you haven't been honoured.
I know there's been some years where I thought I'd done well enough to kind of get in the top 10 and I hadn't made it, and I just thought maybe it's just like, I don't think it was anything against me. I just think it was more where snooker stands in the sporting world. In the 90s, in the 80s, snooker was super popular. And you had Davis and Hendry getting nominated, even winning it. So, but other sports have kind of pushed on a bit, if you like, and snooker has kind of been pushed down the ladder a little bit in the popularity sense. And I just think it was just more of like, snooker has become a less important sport than other sports, and in some ways this is not just about being the best sportsman, but sometimes being in the right sport at the right time. And maybe that was the reason why I never got nominated before. So for snooker, to have a snooker player nominated, it's good for snooker as well, I think, in a way,
And does it kind of tell us where snooker's at the minute? Because obviously the last couple of decades, Stephen Hendry, 1990, we have to go back to then, he was the last snooker player that was nominated. Is it a case of the game is so good at the minute? It's so popular, obviously, with the Eurosport coverage. It's just propelling it and sending it all over the world.
Yeah, we hope so, and yeah, listen, like you say, anytime a snooker player gets nominated for an award that's not just, involving other snooker players, I think it's nice for the sport in many ways, So, yeah, listen, like I say, it kind of feels like in some ways, there's been years where I know a lot of the fans and the people have said, he has to be in there and he's not in there, and there's quite, a few campaigns going at one stage. And sometimes it feels like, if they don't kind of nominate me there, then maybe there'll be no other chance to nominate me. Managing to win the world title, I suppose, was a good reason for me to kind of just get in this year. So yeah, no, it's a nice.
Do you think it's down to the world title? Because are you wondering why now?
Yeah, if I didn't win the world title, then I just don't think I won Shanghai Masters, which is a great event, but there's been years where I've won 6-7 tournaments and never even got in the top 10. So it wouldn't have made sense by winning just one tournament.
I think you're honoured for your career, though, overall.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. But, yeah, so listen, whatever way it is, I just think sometimes, I think for an award like that, I suppose, for the people that are watching it that are sports fans, will look and go, well, even if he hasn't been, at his peak this year, through his longevity in the sport, maybe whatever it is, 30 years at the top playing snooker, in some ways they'll kind of justifiably say, well, at least, he's earned his right to be in the ring just for this one time,
You definitely do, and there was only just one time where we had a snooker player win it, and it was Steve Davis back in 1988. To join him, it will be a great privilege.
Yeah, it'd be nice to join the Nugget, he was a hero of mine growing up. I'd have been 13 then, and I remember seeing Davis on there winning that, and just to be a snooker player, watching another snooker player win what is, it's the sportsman of all sports of the year, I suppose. So, he was a huge name in the 80s, and so was Hendry as well. So, yeah, it's nice to get on the list.